Okay, so welcome to my first world problems when it comes to seeing movies. So I've got two different things I want to cover in this video. First and foremost, why MoviePass doesn't work for me. Secondly, why AMC A-List doesn't work for me. So if you're not familiar with MoviePass, they came out a couple years ago with a too good to be true deal, quite literally. $9.95 a month for unlimited movies. You got this card, you could see as many movies as you wanted, and it was fantastic. And I signed up for a full year, got almost the entire year's worth before they started doing some of their craziness that caused them to eventually close. So the problem was, people like me, partially, I took full advantage of it because I knew that it wasn't going to last. There was no way. It just didn't make financial sense. So, I mean, I think I got my movies down to like 25 cents a movie. I saw that many movies in that year. Best movie year of my life, theater-wise. But, you know, nothing perfect lasts forever. So I ended up finally, I didn't re-up after that year. I think there was maybe a week at the end of the year that I didn't see anything because they had jacked around with the prices. Fast forward to now, MoviePass 2.0, the black card comes out with a lot of promise. It's owned by a completely different group of people. Still has the name, so you've got that name recognition already built in. And seemed promising from the get-go. You bought for $10 a month, you got like 30 some points. Every showing, depending on what time of day it was different points. You could see as many movies as you could work out in that month. It was like, I don't remember but it was such a good deal so far that I went up to the $20 a month plan and I got 72 points. Shortly after doing that, I quickly realized the issues because they quickly started changing things. And that's where the problem comes in. So they're practicing predatory changes, just like MoviePass 1.0 did when they promised that they were different from MoviePass 1.0. So just this last week, I noticed that all of a sudden the movies that were like 10 points are now 20 points. If your movie isn't listed, I went to go see not a major blockbuster movie but it wasn't listed. I had to pay 30 points for that. When you have a limited number of points available, all of a sudden those 10, 20, 30 point movies add up and then you're out in no time and you're feeling frustrated. So again, I have to say that this is mainly first world problems for me because the reality is I live in a place that I have a lot going for me movie-wise. A matinee showing at the theater closest to me that I go to regularly is $4.45 a movie. So I'm not complaining about the cost of movies. I'm complaining about the availability of movie club deal type things for me. Again, first world problems. So if you want to get mad at me, that's fine, but it's just the way it is. So I live within a vicinity, and I consider a vicinity a 30-minute drive of 7 movie theaters. If I expand that out to 45 minutes, I've got 11 theaters. The first problem with that is that only 4 of them are AMC. I don't live near a Regal. The closest Regal to me is like an hour and 45 minutes away. So obviously there are things out. So that leaves us with A-List, which is like, oh, well, that's no brainer. If you live within 45 minutes of 4 AMCs, A-List should be a no brainer for you, especially because I'm within, not my throwing distance, but within throwing distance of an AMC theater. The problem is with that AMC and all of the AMCs local to me, they're all AMC classics. So the best that the best AMC local to me has is the fake IMAX, which I'll do it occasionally, but it's not something that I would do regularly. They don't have Dolby Vision. They don't have 40X or anything like that. They've got a fake IMAX, and that's really the best of the best that they have. So beyond that is their showings. Like I said, I've got 4 AMCs. I'm going to say 3 because they're within the half hour window. The 3 AMCs that I have all show the same thing. I like to expand beyond just, the common everyday blockbuster. I love blockbusters. I see them all the time. But I also want to see foreign and independent and art house and things that aren't always the main sales. And unfortunately, my AMCs just don't get enough of those that make this valuable to me. Like I said, the one that's close to me, $4.45 for a matinee. So I would have to see 4 movies minimum a month to not even break even. That wouldn't even cover the $20 a month. So, like I said, first world problems. I get it. I'm not boo-hooing. I'm just explaining. Because a lot of people are like, well, MoviePass sucks, so just go to AMC A-List. And I get that. I understand that logic. But to me, MoviePass was fantastic because it offered something that AMC A-List couldn't. So MoviePass was fantastic as an option for me because it allowed me to see movies at any of these 7 to 11 theaters. And I took full advantage of that. I went to multiple different theaters even this time. But when I'm limited to such a small number of theaters with such a small number of showings, even $20 a month, I know if you're in a major city, $20 a month is like 1 or 2 showings, if that. So when it comes down to it, it's my problem, and I get it. I'm not complaining about the larger picture. It just stinks that I got such a taste of greatness with the first MoviePass, and then I got a minor taste of greatness with MoviePass 2.0. And then they started doing the same thing. They started jacking with the prices, changing the pricing structure. So now if you go to their website, it doesn't even list the structure anymore. It used to be like before 4 o'clock, they were 10 points. After that, they were 20 points. Now they got rid of that off their website, which just to me shows that they're being predatory and they're going through and changing whatever they want to make it profitable for them instead of figuring this out ahead of time as to how it could be profitable for them. They're trying to change it on the fly and screw the people who are in smaller communities. And like I said, I know I'm in a smaller community and I've got a great range of theaters, so I'm in a very unique situation, and I understand that. So, I mean, if I lived in a larger city, I'd be all about MoviePass. Anyways, this is just my explanation because I've had enough people ask me that I'm going to start sending them here. Hopefully some other people get some enjoyment out of this. Let me know your situation. I know, gosh, I wish I lived near some Regals because Regal Pass or whatever it's called seems fantastic. And Regal seems to get a lot more movies than AMC seems to. There's even people in larger areas near AMCs that get better showings than we do. You have to remember that not every AMC theater gets all of the same movies at every single one. And that has a lot to do with my problem as well, living in a smaller area. Anyways, I'm done with my complaints. So I'm curious if you guys have any, what your thoughts are. Did you try MoviePass 1.0, 2.0, Regal Pass, AMC A-List, whatever. But go ahead and do the like, follow, ring the bell. The bell's really cool because it gives you notifications of when I do new content, and I'm trying to do more regular content on here as regularly as I can. So, do the thing, and I appreciate you guys.